Alright guys, welcome to my channel guys. So VDM is now an option for Nigerians, so as in because of what is currently going on in the politics and with the Nigerian system of leadership, everybody now is suggesting that if VDM can come out with any party, to show interest on becoming a president, that every youth in Nigeria is definitely going to support him because for a very long time, for some decades now, the people that has been leading us are all from the age of 60 to 70 to 80, of which it's a very bad thing. There as a country, the only category or calibers of people that has been allowed to lead the country are old men. All right, so I want you guys to listen to people's opinion and what you actually think, and also listen to Arise TV to hear most of the very detailed information about what is currently going on in the government and also within the political circle, and also hear their opinions on what they think about the 2027 election that is coming up. Let's see the video.
VDM is the trend and he sets the trend. VDM is the force. Love him or hate him, it doesn't change anything. Accept him or reject him, it doesn't change anything. Believe in what he pursues and his approaches, or don't believe in them, it doesn't change anything. VDM sets the trend. He is the force. This particular call for electoral reform has not gone viral yet and is not trending yet because VDM has not added his voice to this. And if you watch this video posted by Randy Peters, God bless you. You have done marvelously well, you and your team. God will bless you for in the lead in this particular course. VDM, your voice is needed here for this to go viral and trend. Please, brother man, we need your voice. Every well-meaning Nigerian should add their voice to this particular call for electoral reform. Every well-meaning Nigerian should sing this particular song. Electoral reform is the song. Electoral reform is the chorus. Electoral reform is the matter. We are not asking for too much. We are not asking for anything. Randy Peters and his team, they have already submitted petition at the National Assembly. One to the office of the Senate President, Senator Gosel Akpabio. One to the office of the Speaker, House of Representatives. They have submitted petition to other offices, other senators as well. They have done marvelously well. And they need our support. It's not as if they need our support. All of us need to join this particular movement. All of us need to join their team to be able to achieve this particular project. We are not asking for too much. Give Nigerians the opportunity through electoral process, sound electoral process, to be able to choose their own leader. We need electoral reform. We don't want stories anymore from INEC. We don't want stories. We don't want to have anything with INEC anymore. The only relationship we want to have with INEC is the system. Give us a sound system, a sound electoral process.
Make una rest. Una don't do na best. Una don't try for this country. Make una rest. This power, what you want use and do? What you want use this power do? A party ko Abubakar. This power, what you want use and do? A power El Rufai Nasser. What you want use this power do? Una don't do na best. Make una rest. You guys are making this thing now becoming like annoying and irritating. In a time when the world are moving forward, all that matters to you people is forming another party to come and do what exactly? Like these tigers that we know, when you paint yourselves black to hide your strides, we will no longer know that you are tigers. Like if you guys today now paint on yourselves red now to hide your strides, now we will no longer know you are tigers. Make una rest now. You get me on how they push this country to now no. Now they push this country go somewhere, and you guys another way. And by the time you push this country reach that point, now it is time for young people to lead this country. We don't need to form a new party. Peter Obi did not form a new party. Labour Party for a very long time. In fact, Labour Party was more like a shaded party. But when Peter Obi came out, Labour Party became a recognized party. The people did not go to Labour Party. The people went for Peter Obi. So you guys now feel say if you come out from another party, that has changed your colors, that has changed who you guys are. We are aware, we are watching. Now, the funniest thing today is this. If by any chance Very Dark Man comes out today, vie for any political position in this country, he doesn't need to join any party. In fact, if it was possible that he campaigns without a party, everybody will come out and campaign and vote for him. That is what personality means. Atiku, since how many years now? Make you rest. You never tire. You never tire. Must you be the president of this country? Just like one Milokan that time told us in Aiton, he must be the president of this country. He was not coming to do anything. He just wanted to bear that name, the president of this country. Is that what you want? Are you not tired? How many times? How many years? What do you want? What do you want to offer us? Like, what do you want to offer us? That you must, in fact, you must do anything to be there. This desperation is sending a signal to the people that no, you are not coming to do anything. You just want to bear that name, just like our daddy is doing us right now. Our daddy Melok and Bulabai and whatever. That exactly that one is doing to us right now. You are not coming to do anything. The desperation has clearly stated that you are only looking for that position because you, for whatever reason that you want, and then Rufai, what are you coming to offer us? Anyways, I'm happy for the news that INEC has disallowed registering that party because it does not meet the criteria to be registered as a party. What are you guys waiting? What are you guys looking for? This is the time, instead of you to be bringing new people, young people into politics, at least encourage them and teach them with your own knowledge of politics so that we will do better. You think we will keep on recycling the likes of you? We will keep on recycling the likes of old. They couldn't mind on ourselves. Now they push us to where we no want to go. Now they push this country there. Because in the end, it no go funny. It no go funny anybody. It no go funny the youths. It no go funny on the old people. Because if he cast, even on ourselves, no get way on our run, go, no get way on our hide.
Everyone wants it. 2027 is the price. Consultations happening. Yesterday, the newspaper led with a story, about Peter Obi, saying he was going to run in the Labour Party. And a lot of people started getting the feelers that, maybe he might not want to be part of the coalition. But this meeting held yesterday, and I think it has calmed some nerves. There are a lot of top hitters in the meeting, like you've seen. Almeida is there. In fact, they talk about General Guzo also being in support of all of this rallying. There was a little skirmish in the meeting anyway by the Jigawa delegation as regards who is going to be the leader, but it was sorted out when the son of former Jigawa Governor Lamido, was finally put as one of the leaders of the Jigawa delegation. And initially the meeting, they said the meeting was to discuss, what is happening in the north, insecurity and all of that, but it was way more than that. It was this first bold move in their country. I'm happy about it because, you see, I've always said I condemn a one-party state. We should never have any talk about a one-party state. But what I will also tell these people all coming together is, who is ready to sacrifice for the other? Because increasingly I'm seeing a lot of people that, yes, they say they have one interest, which is to unseat President Tinubu in 2027, but all of them want to be president. I don't know, maybe when they get to that part, then they'll be able to navigate it. Maybe I was too hasty when I took, the assumptions of the Disney newspaper on Sunday and say, I said this might not fall through. But I remember on my tweets, Mr. Marasoni, your very good friend, did say, don't be too hasty, Rufai. And he was correct, because probably he knew more than me that this meeting was coming up. So we'll see how these consultations go. And we'll see where they arrive at. Like you all say, 24 hours is a long time in politics. But it's a very good first step. At least in the news reportage this week, it wasn't about one defection or the other. It was from the opposition coalition also saying something. So it's good for balancing. And please, I just want to say this in extension. I know this is not part of it. Dear Governor Eno, you cannot suppress the rights of journalists. Whatever decision was made in that state against those Channels TV journalists, and I'm really mentioning it because I'm standing up in camaraderie, that because a report was released by them and they're barred from the press center, we totally condemn. We're all patriots at this point in time for our fellow journalists and our colleagues.
Real quickly, as regards Sheyi Makinde and Wike, these were the people that were together with what Daniel Bwala would call them, the Jackson 5, the G5. These people came together to decimate the PDP and thwarted basically the chance of Atiku Abubakar because they didn't favor them. So Wike is now saying that all the agreements he put forward, Sheyi Makinde is reneging against them. For instance, they should not bring forward Okoye again. It should be Anyanwu that should lead the way. He said Sheyi Makinde went to the back to scuttle that. They also talked about taking away all the cases the PDP governors filed against state of emergency from courts and other agreements they did have. So today they are loggerheads. They are so at loggerheads that, in fact, if you check the page of the newspaper today, Wike took a page stating his position and all of that. Let's see how it's going to pan out in their fights. But it's interesting to watch their fights. Because these were the same people that were doing G5 and they were singing Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, and they were both all excited when they thwarted the chance of their own presidential candidates. Let's see how the Bukola Saraki-led team will be able to bring peace back to PDP, because the larger context is restoring peace to the PDP.
Okay, what is the main issue? Nyesom Wike, Minister Wike, saying that he has pulled out of all peace efforts within the PDP. Because there was a meeting at the guest house of Senator Bukola Saraki, who is the leader of the Way Forward Committee of the PDP. And at that meeting, certain agreements were reached. And the agreements were reached included the fact that the National Legal Advisor of the party will withdraw cases in court involving the Rivers State matter, that Samuel Anyanwu, who is his own favored candidate, for position of National Secretary, will be recognized as the National Secretary, and that there will be no talk about any Deputy Secretary being recognized as the acting National Secretary of the party. But at that meeting, certain agreements were reached. And on the basis of that, there was some reconciliation. His argument is that, look, the leaders of the party have now gone back on that agreement in Senator Bukola Saraki's guest house. To which, that the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, the governor of Oyo State, colluding with the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, have now decided to go behind and renege on those agreements. And that on the basis of that, he is standing on those agreements. He is standing on the ruling of the Supreme Court, even if the Supreme Court did not dictate who should be the National Secretary of the PDP. The Supreme Court simply said the party should go and put its own house in order. And the party is divided. On one hand, you have people who are saying that they are insisting on Samuel Anyanwu. On the other hand, you have the National Working Committee saying, look, it's the Deputy Secretary who is acting as National Secretary. You have the Southeast Caucus of the People's Democratic Party saying that the person they want there is Ude Okoye. Otherwise, it will amount to an act of affront. BOT Chairman Adolphus Wabara says so. Other leading members of that party, including Chief Achike Udemwa, whom we interviewed on this program, also insisted that the Southeast cannot be taken for granted. Now, so what is clear is that there is conflict within the People's Democratic Party. There is dissension within the People's Democratic Party. Nobody even knows who the National Secretary is at this particular moment. And that was why when Senator Gabriel Suswam came onto this program, he said the PDP is in an intensive care unit in a hospital. In other words, that the party is very sick. The occasion that we interviewed him, that the May 27 NEC meeting of the party will make or mar the PDP. It looks like the PDP is already either compromised or is already sabotaged, and that the prediction of Senator Gabriel Suswam may come true. It may not die as a political party, as acting national chairman, Ambassador Damagum, insists, but will he be able to make any impact in 2027? So you have a party, a political party, at a crossroads because of the failure of his own internal democracy. However, I think Wike's role in the matter is also something that should be underscored. Nyesom Wike says he has been in the party since the very beginning and that he has invested so much. But he projects himself as if he is the be-all and the all-in-all of the party. The same party under which auspices he was made chairman of Obio local government, under which auspices he became special assistant to the governor, became chief of staff to the governor, became commissioner, became minister of state education, served for 2 terms as governor. I think it's most unfortunate that he's the same man who says he wants to destroy the PDP because he says he will fight to the finish. But he's very clever. He's hiding under agreements. The other time he said there was a southern projection agreement. This time around he says something was reached in Saraki's guest house. And Anyanwu, who is his lackey, has now issued a statement postponing tomorrow's scheduled meeting of the party. And he says he disagrees with a deputy secretary acting as acting national secretary. And then the other party, the National Working Committee, is insisting that they do not recognize the PDP. So, look, PDP is out of the equation, the way it is looking. A divided party like that, I don't see how they are going to reorganize within 2 years to challenge the same APC that they say they want out of power. Lessons not learned, leadership not provided, a lot of display of incompetence in the People's Democratic Party. Quickly, to the issue of the northern leaders. Now they had a meeting, the National Political Consultative Group, North, which was attended by former minister, former governor Rotimi Amechi, and attended by Waziri Adamawa Atiku Abubakar, attended by Mr. Peter Obi, and other leaders of that coalition. Now, the impression is given that the North is monolithic. The North is not monolithic. People are saying northern leaders have resolved to remove Tinubu. Look, in that same North, there are leaders from the Northwest who say they are supporting Tinubu. There are leaders from the North Central who are saying they are supporting Tinubu. So it's not as if the North is monolithic. So when the newspapers, the media report that northern leaders forge united front, there is no such thing as a united front in the North. Indeed, at that meeting yesterday, there was a quarrel by the Jigawa delegation over who should speak on behalf of the Jigawa delegation. Babachi Ilawal had recommended someone else, but the delegation, refused. They turned the place into a chaotic environment. The security agencies, DSS, police, and private guards had to protect the VIPs in the place. Peace was only restored when it was agreed that Sule Lamido, the son of Alhaji Sule Lamido, should speak on behalf of the Jigawa delegation. So the North is not monolithic. And there's also the issue. There's also a tendency within that coalition that is arguing that the next candidate from the North, or from the coalition, should come from the South. But that Southern candidate should sign a one-term agreement. So you see they're determined in saying they want to push APC and Tinubu out of power. Okay? Now, that Tinubu is not going to just sit down and allow them to push him out of power. And which Southern candidate is going to agree to do only one term? If you put a Southern candidate there, he too will say he will do one term. But in any case, they have not even agreed on the platform. There is the Liyelemoke-led committee that is talking about whether they should remain in PDP or not. There is the Rotimi Amechi committee that is recommending Alliance for Democracy and all of that. So, it's a very complex proposition, and nobody should arrive at any, jerky, emotional conclusions. But it makes good headlines for the media to say northern leaders have united against APC. That's not the reality. It's far more complex.
It does make for exciting political commentary, doesn't it? So, well, it is without a doubt that yesterday's outing at the National Consultative Forum was a symbolic one. In that, in all of the discussions that we've been seeing leading up to this, we hadn't seen so much of a united front. Some of the statements were pulling in different directions, but it was good to see an outing where all came together and were able to at least reach a degree of consensus on a number of things as we await for further developments. So again, this had followed the point that Rufai had made, which is that there was some assumptions that Peter Obi was pulling out. And again, this was just to show that it's still very early in the day and that this group recognizes the strength that they have in numbers, especially when you look at the context that it was Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi's tickets that had split the majority vote in the last election. So this combination coming together, although we don't know what the dynamic would be, but it's important for us to continue to see this united front. And hopefully in light of this, we can see more of a coordinated opposition being able to steer the ship. On the backdrop of this, there's also statements from the Africa Democratic Congress, the ADC, which had initially been put forward by some media reports as the vehicle of choice. However, already before any ink has dried or any deal has been struck, we hear that there's already internal strife within the ADC as well, as they are also competing for positions. Some members of the ADC are saying that no, we will not relinquish our positions in this party for any new members, while some other groups within the same party are saying, well, let more prominent people come. If this is what it's going to take for our party to grow, it's a great opportunity. So we're still a long way away from a real deal, but we're seeing the body language, we are seeing the movement. Now, as to the significance and importance of the North, it can't be overstated. However, we have to remember that the dynamic needs to be balanced out because we're also seeing an increased shift towards APC in the South, and the Southeast. So all of these things coming to play, there's still several permutations that are going to play out. So, we wouldn't rush into any conclusive decisions at the moment, but we're here as spectators to continue to watch.